In today's video, we are going to be transforming my sister's patio from summer into fall to give you some great ideas. If you've never been here before, my name is Marlene. Welcome to my home and garden channel. And just to let you know, you will be seeing flowers and decor. Ready to get started? Let's go. So let's take a look at what we are working with right now. And most of her summer flowers have faded and she has harvested over all of her summer veggies and all of that. So we're going to go in and we're going to take everything out. And we're also going to be setting up and unboxing a brand new patio set. And we are so excited for her for that. Her peppers are still in good shape though. They have some blossoms on them, so those are going to be staying. And over here, these are our hanging baskets. They were so pretty in the summer, but right now they've faded out. So we're going to have to go in and change them out so we can put in some flowers that can handle cooler weather. So first things first, we're going to go ahead and take off the wreath. And this is a eucalyptus wreath. And she had put a couple of sunflowers in there. One of them fell out. And we're going to make it look more fall-like further in the video. Next thing to do was to go in and get the door and the surrounding surfaces cleaned off. And I'm just using a glass cleaner right here. You could tell me, what kind of a cleaner you use for surfaces like these that give you good results. I'm just going in and wiping them off for her. And, it is an outdoor space. So, of course, we did get a fair amount of dust coming off. That's expected. So I'm just going through. I did it once and then went in again and did it another time just to make sure that it was perfectly clean. And like I said, the surrounding areas as well. So next thing to do was that she went in and she sprayed over her little step stool. Her son made this for her a few years ago. So she's just bringing it over with some can spray paint to just freshen it up. Then the next thing we did was to go into our garden center. And of course, they had lots and lots of chrysanthemums. And she went in and got one of these. It's a nice orange color. And it's always good when you're getting, especially when you're shopping early in the season, to get the ones that some are open and some are still closed. So that way they can last you for the entire fall season. But at the same time, you can see what it looks like because some of them have opened and they'll show you the color that you're actually getting. They also had some asters as well too. And these are pretty cool weather flowers. And depending on what you put them in, they will come back depending on what growing zone you're in. And I think they're so pretty and they had different sizes. As you can see, pollinators love them because they are still coming. And they will until the first hard freeze. But of course, we were super excited to see what's going to happen with this patio set, what it looks like and how it could fit in a box that was so small. So here she's going in and unboxing it, making sure to be careful in doing so. And you'll see that they are tightly packed in. And of course, they have the manual right on top. You can't miss it. So it's the first thing that you see basically. And as I always say, check the manual first. It always makes it easier. It takes a little time to start, but as you go along, you'll see that it's in your best interest to do so. But that's just my opinion. You can tell me how you feel about that. But here she's taking out the cushions and you can see how snugly everything is fitting in there. They really gave it a good fit, but I think everything basically, is properly cushioned together and that really secures the packaging. So we like that. And she actually got this online. And that was from Walmart, I think it was. And then over here now you can see the different pieces that are coming out. And it looks like a kind of a rattan finish to me. But of course it is man-made fibers or fabrics that they're using here because it's going to stand up well to the outdoors. Luckily for her, her area is covered. So she doesn't have like rain coming in to wet them unless it really blows all the way in. Then she'll be pretty secure. And this is actually a balcony that she has. A little further up so you can see that it works really well in this space. And I wanted to talk to you about the cushions that came with this set, and I will link it below for you if you wanted to try to get that online or even similar ones to this. It has a zipper there so that we can actually you can change the one if you don't like it, or you can even have it washed when it gets dirty, which is inevitable for outdoor furniture. So over here, this is what it looks like, guys. She went ahead and she did it all by herself because I had to leave. And then when I came back, it was already put together. And I think she did a splendid job on there. And I absolutely love the way it looks. It was not very heavy, but it was still sturdy. It was able to, because I think it said it goes up to 320 pounds. So pretty sturdy chairs if you're looking to get something like this. And she also went ahead and got a nice outdoor rug, which I think is really nice, and it fits perfectly. The black and the cream color just blends so well with the patio set. So next thing here, what I'm doing is going in and just taking the label off of the chrysanthemum so we can kind of just fluff it out a little bit and give it some water to make sure it keeps fresh. And just to pause for a moment to say that if you like gardening tours, tips, and topics, be sure to hit the subscribe button and tap the notification bell twice so you'll never miss an upload. And we have lots more fall patios and updates coming up in the future, and Christmas and all of that. So be sure to stay tuned. So the next thing is to get the pumpkins in. Now, because it was so early in the season, we weren't seeing a lot of varieties of pumpkins. So we're just using these faux ones. In the meantime, she'll most likely go in and replace those either with a large pumpkin or with, a few small ones in the same basket. So, she'll take a look at that as time goes by. But I thought that these worked pretty well to give you that nice fall feeling. So we were pretty okay with it. Next thing was to put the fall mat right by the door. And then to go in and get some blankets. And I'll link these below for you. You can get them on Amazon. And this just gives you that nice soft feeling. And it's actually an off-white, more like a cream color. It's not white. So I think it also works very well with this season. And it's very versatile. You can use it for any time of year that you want, just depending on the colors that you're coordinating with it. And of course, I went in and I put some floral decor right there to give it that pop. And a little magazine over there, for some nice relaxed reading, which fit in perfect with this season because we're trying to create a cozy space for her out here for her and her family. And then she went in and she hung this red wagon, very, very seasonal. I think it fits in perfectly with what we're trying to do here. And it's made of metal, so it'll hold up pretty well. And the final touch was for me to go in and put the wreath. And I absolutely love it. And she was super excited about it. So I was very happy to hear that. And we'll talk about how I put it together further in the video. So now it's time for the reveal, guys, to see how everything came together. I'm going to take a closer look to see how everything was placed. So over to the right, you'll see that her peppers, we left those. They're still there. We're going to get some more peppers before the first hard freeze. And next to it, we have a nice croton right there. And this croton plant is actually about 4 years old that I've had it. And I loaned it to her, just for this season. You can see it has all the colors on there of fall, the burgundies, the oranges, the yellows, the dark greens and all of that. So it really is a perfect plant to put in. And I see lots of them in the garden center. So I would say if you're thinking of getting one, I would say go for it. They're typically smaller than this one, of course, though. So let's go around now to the step stool and see what we have on here. So I did go in and I put in some, some fall foliage, under them, to tuck them into the side to give it that more of a fall appeal. And, we'll most likely, or she'll most likely, do an update with some fresh pumpkins on there. We have our chrysanthemum there. We got a saucer and put under there. So it has somewhere to drain. And you can see the mat off to the side there fitting right by the door. It's a perfect fit. And you can see the welcome sign that was from the dollar store for about $5, and she had that for 2 years. So it's good to use what you have. You don't have to go out and buy new things every single time, and that way you save yourself some money. You can see the pumpkin patch rug right there. That was from Ross a year ago, so still looking good. And over here now, this is the eucalyptus fall wreath. I just went in and I got some picks from the dollar store and just stuck them in there. Some of them were just leaves, some of them had like a few pumpkins and so on. And I think it worked really well. You can see it says pumpkin patch open daily. So, very, very seasonal. And I love how it looks. Everything I think comes together very nicely right there. Now moving around to the side to take a look at the seating area. And I think it just looks so cozy. And of course you can always bring out, cups of hot chocolate or whatever, apple cider, whatever, she likes for that time of year for her and her guests when they come. And I think it works out so well. You can see more fall foliage, and that's a metal container that she got. I think it was from Hobby Lobby that she got it a few years ago. So again, use and reuse. And she has her magazine there, which has a lot of recipes for the season. So that blends in very, very well with what she is trying to do here. And I just love how it looks. And by the way, the wagon was actually from the dollar store. And it's made of metal, and it has all those wonderful seasonal things in it. So I think it works really, really well. So you can take a look at that cozy corner right there and tell me what you think. And we didn't get any cushions because we didn't see any that was just straight fall. They had some Halloween ones, but we weren't really going for that. So that's why you're not seeing any cushions on there yet. And over here is the hanging basket. She put the asters in there, and I think they look so pretty. Purple really works really well for fall too, depending on how you arrange it, but I think it looks really good. And she also got a cone floor right there. She's a plant lover like me, so it's kind of hard to not pick up something else when you go to the garden center. And they have a mounding habit, these asters. They're going to fluff out as the season goes along, and they'll be able to withstand a fair amount of cold. And she may possibly change them out for some pansies when it gets even colder in the season, maybe like say in early November. So the wreath and the patio set was my favorite in this arrangement here. You could let me know what was your favorite of everything that was done. And if you are planning to get your fall decor going soon on your patio, getting your fresh flowers and all of that, there's so many things to choose from. I hope that this inspired you to do so if you haven't already. And I just say enjoy the season. It's a wonderful time in the garden, a wonderful time to enjoy your outdoor space. I want to thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already so you can follow along with all of our fall activities. And I do hope to see you in the next video. Take care.